The greatest minds in the world are often grumpy when they first awaken in the morning, and mine is no exception. If I am to ascend above the ordinary, I require solitude the way a balloon needs helium. Which is why, barely a quarter of an hour after a hasty and solitary breakfast at Buckshaw, I am hunched under a black umbrella in the ancient churchyard of St. Tancred's, the only place I can be certain of being left alone and in peace. There is a particular kind of graveyard soil that bubbles when it rains. I have my own theory about the cause of this phenomenon, but have come here for further study before committing my thoughts to paper. In my experience, nothing is more deeply refreshing than to huddle under a bumbershoot in the rain and the raw fog of a country graveyard. Bare inches above your head, the downpour drums a military tattoo on the taut black silk, as your nose greedily drinks in the invigorating pong of tombstones, wet grass, and ancient moss, a smell that opens doors in your mind you didn't even know you had. Churchyard moss is soft to sit on, but wet. Mrs. Mullet says I'll get rheumatism and need to have my bones replaced. It may sound cold and clammy, but there is a special warmth in knowing that you are utterly alone, except for the dead. With the dead, there are no sudden rages, no fits of hissing savagery, no flung plates or cutlery, no petulant sulks or towering rages. Just beneath your feet, the deceased are being devoured by fat black beetles in a vast and grand banquet, while merry mushrooms digest the welcome leftovers of coffin wood. It is a world of harmony and dark contentment, a world of quiet grace and beauty. It is a happy dance of death. I thought about the year I had sent up an armful of skyrockets from a remote corner of this same churchyard on All Souls' Night, each labelled by hand with the name of one of the nearby but almost forgotten dead. Blam! That was Nettie Savage, 1792 to 1810. Kaboosh! Samuel Pole, 1715 to 1722. Blash! Arden Glassfield, 1892 to 1914. Pom, poom, boom! A triple salvo for Annie Starling, spinster of this parish, 1744 to 1775. Unfortunately, one of Annie's fuses had come down in the gutters of the church, igniting a stupid cluster of accumulated moss and debris, and thus setting on fire the house of God. The Bishop's Lacey Fire Brigade had to be called to extinguish the small but fierce blaze. Father had expressed his displeasure by requiring me to make a monthly donation to the Fireman's Fund, which, since it was ultimately his money, was no hardship at all. The tough thing was that I had to deliver each donation in person, which at first was excruciating and made me feel like a worm. But in the end, I got to know a lot of firemen and learn the chemistry of quenching blazes. Oh, those days of glory, and oh, to have them back again. These days, my only friends are fungi.